In the fleeting moments when hearts across borders beat in tantalizing unison, we dare to delve into the convoluted realms of love that challenges the scars left by history. The entwined fate of two nations, India and Pakistan, has been punctuated by tales of enmity as much as by whispers of forbidden romance. Yet, beneath the surface of these historical rifts, do we find a narrative less sung? The complexities, allurements, and occasionally the mutual enchantments found between Indian women and Pakistani men. This essay aims to peel back the layers of convention, unveiling the nuanced textures of these cross-border romantic inclinations. The roots of India-Pakistan relations are twisted deep into the soil of partition, a partition that left indelible marks on the psyche and social narratives of both nations. From this historical upheaval sprouted a complex forest of stereotypes and prejudices, yet also undeniably an inquisitive fascination. Today, many Indian women hold nuanced views of Pakistani men, influenced by a legacy of both conflict and curiosity. The portrayal of Pakistani men through Indian eyes is often filtered through the lens of political tension and historical rivalry, which shapes and sometimes skews the perceptions. However, there also exists a captivating aura, born out of the forbidden and the unknown, which draws them into the interest zones of several Indian women. The deep-seated curiosity arises not merely from politics, but a shared cultural tapestry which both divides and unites. The dialogues of love and disdain are not led by governments, but by the people who navigate these emotions in their daily lives. Bollywood and Pakistani dramas play an influential role in shaping perceptions. Indian cinema, with its far-reaching effects, often portrays Pakistani characters in a light that sways between heroic and villainous, impacting public sentiment significantly. Conversely, Pakistani dramas, popular among Indian audiences for their deep plot lines and cultural reflections, showcase Pakistani men in roles that are empathetic and complex. This portrayal in media acts as a bridge, allowing Indian women to engage with representations of Pakistani men that are devoid of political color. These media images can romanticize and humanize, creating a juxtaposition between the political narrative and personal allure. Moreover, celebrities and public figures from Pakistan often garner admiration across the border, further complicating the typical stereotype with a dose of reality that is magnetic and charming. It is essential to distinguish between the imagined and the real, the media's romanticization of Pakistani men versus the tangible experiences of Indian women who traverse the path of such cross-border relationships. Personal stories of Indian women married to Pakistani men often reveal tales not just of love, but of immense challenges. Anecdotal evidence suggests that while the allure of the forbidden plays a significant role, the reality is marred by bureaucratic hurdles, societal shunning, and the heavy burden of historical prejudices. Such relationships are not merely romantic escapades, but journeys that test the bounds of identity and loyalty. These stories, fraught with complexities, offer a lens into the empathy, resilience, and sometimes the painful concessions required to keep such unions afloat. Cross-border romances are not without their societal impacts. Such unions challenge the entrenched animosities and offer new narratives in communities. They act as minute but powerful catalysts for change, allowing for conversations that might otherwise be stifled. In local communities where these relationships exist, there often follows a gradual, albeit reluctant acceptance, which can pave the way for lessening tensions. Each relationship acts like a ripple across a still pond, suggesting the possibility of reconciliation and understanding at a personal and communal level. Family acceptance plays a pivotal role in shaping the dynamics of Indo-Pak romances. In many cases, the family's reception of these relationships can influence the success or breakdown of these unions. Familial objections stem primarily from historical prejudices and a fear of societal backlash. Yet there are also families who embrace these unions, driven by a belief in individual choice and universal notions of love. These family stories, often untold, symbolize the internal conflicts and eventual acceptance that paint the broader picture of evolving societal norms. Despite the political divide, the cultural similarities between India and Pakistan, from language to cuisine and shared heritage, forge a connection that transcends boundaries. These commonalities often become the building blocks of attraction and understanding. Cultural festivals, similar tastes in music, and mutual celebrations like Eid and Diwali offer common ground that can nurture these cross-border relationships. Here, love often speaks the language of shared cultural memories and traditions. The journey of love across this particular border carries with it inherent challenges, visa issues, citizenship complications, and the challenge of living under the scrutiny of skeptical communities. The bureaucratic barriers faced by these couples are daunting, mirroring the broader geopolitical tensions. Yet, it is often in overcoming these barriers that the strength and resilience of cross-border romance are tested and sometimes beautifully affirmed. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected and as generations rise with fewer memories of the historical conflicts, the future of Indo-Pak romance might see a new dawn. This interwoven tale of love against the odds holds the promise of changing narratives and softening borders, one heart at a time. The potential for these relationships to act as ambassadors of peace and empathy is profound. It is through the personal stories of love, endurance, and shared cultural connections that we may eventually witness a less turbulent narrative unfold between India and Pakistan.